To Bryce Mitchell. My eggs are fine, Bryce Mitchell. What do I do with this? Ladies and gentlemen, Jon Jones here. Jon Jones here. Whatever you do not listen to Dana White. I retired from the UFC. I, Jon Jones, have not retired from fighting, ladies and gentlemen. Ever since back in December, I told Dana White that I'm only doing super fights. I don't want to fight fighters who are 1-1 with Curtis Blades, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jon Jones. I want super fights. I told Dana White, get Francis Ngannou. We've been working on Francis Ngannou. But I think Dana White was fibbing a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. So finally, I told Simon Feck, hey, Simon Feck, tell the public that I want to fight Francis Ngannou. Did you see Dana White's face? But finally, I had to come out and say it because Simon Feck has a little shitty channel. And nobody gives Simon Feck credit, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, who wants to call in? Who wants to ask me, Jon Jones, questions, ladies and gentlemen? So what's going to happen here is I still have 4 years of fighting. I can put 6 fights in. My first fight is going to be Texas Stadium, AT&T Stadium. Jon Jones versus Francis Ngannou. Dana White wants me to fight for $3 million against a guy who's 1-1 with Curtis Blades. I want super fights. Dana White says, hey, there's no just one-off fights here in the UFC. You either fight for the championship or you don't. So we're going to start our own league. The first fight's going to be like Jake Paul fights. Here and there. First one's Jon Jones versus Francis Ngannou. AT&T Stadium in Texas. Dallas. Anybody want to come on and ask Jon Jones some questions? I've been working with Simon Feck since December. I've known Simon Feck for 20-something years. About 20. Let's see. Anybody want to come in and ask Jon Jones some questions? No, it's just like the UFC, a bunch of pussies. Nobody wants to come on and talk to Jon Jones. Excuse me. Now, let me tell you something. I was going to fight Tom Aspinall. You remember the time, listen to me. Do you remember do I need this microphone? Okay. Do you remember the time when I went on Kevin Ioli's stream before my Madison Square Garden fight? And I went on there and I accidentally said that I'm going to fight Tom Aspinall. It's because I was going to fight Tom Aspinall. Until Tom Aspinall friended the MMA Guru. Did you see the videos that the MMA Guru did on me? Jon Jones here? Have you seen those videos of that gay boy, the MMA Guru? The man who's supposedly worth $2 million and still is a virgin? He's not a virgin. He's a gay man. The MMA Guru is a gay man, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, you heard it. The MMA Guru is nothing but a gay man, ladies and gentlemen. Who wants to come on and ask Jon Jones some questions? Who wants to come on? I'm telling you right now, Jon Jones versus Francis Ngannou. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody coming on? Nobody wants to come on. Bunch of crybabies here, ladies and gentlemen. Jon Jones here, ladies and gentlemen. I am not retiring from fighting, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just retiring from the UFC. I want super fights. I don't want to go around fighting Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall is 1-1 with Curtis Blaydes. That's right, you heard it here first. Ladies and gentlemen, who's in the chat? Who's in here right now? We got a record high of 1 person watching, ladies and gentlemen. Are you going to come on? Click the button and come on. Let's go. Ask Jon Jones some questions. Jon Jones is not retiring from fighting. Jon Jones, myself, I didn't want to retire. I'm just retiring from the UFC. I want super fights. I want Francis Ngannou. And Dana White said he would get me Francis Ngannou. But we were in a standoff with each other. He's like, you fight Tom Aspinall first. I said, no, I'm fighting Ngannou first. You understand? That's the standoff. And Tom Aspinall is the undisputed heavyweight champion. Tom Aspinall is the undisputed champion. Undisputed. Let's say it again. Tom Aspinall is the undisputed champion. Undisputed. Who's coming on? Is anybody going to come on and ask Jon Jones some questions? I didn't retire. I only retired from the UFC, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be fighting Francis Ngannou at AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas, ladies and gentlemen, under my own fighting federation, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here. Excuse me. You heard the Francis versus Jones through Simon Feck. Now you're hearing the next step in the Jon Jones saga, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. I want super fights. I don't want Tom Aspinall, who's 1-1 with Curtis Blaydes, ladies and gentlemen. Who's coming on and asking Jon Jones some questions, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see if anybody's brave enough here. Still, nobody's coming in. Who do we got? What do we got going on here? Everyone's worst nightmare. What's up, buddy? What you on? Listen. The MMA Guru. The MMA Guru must be on something. He's going around, the MMA Guru goes around, and he has a list of who has the biggest penis and the smallest penis in the UFC, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me. The MMA Guru's favorite fighter, now listen to me now. The MMA Guru's favorite fighter is Robert Whittaker. And MMA Guru says Robert Whittaker has the biggest penis in the UFC. That's right. Make sure you tell him that. Make sure you tell him that Jon Jones says that he's a crotch sniffer. The MMA Guru is a gay man, ladies and gentlemen. Who's going to come on and ask Jon Jones some questions? I didn't retire from the UFC. Excuse me. I know, like, what is he on? What is this guy on? I didn't retire from fighting, people. I retired from the UFC. It's going to be AT&T Stadium, Dallas, Texas, Francis Ngannou versus Jon Jones. I've been trying to work it out, and stupid Dana White keeps saying I need to fight Tom Aspinall first. I said, no, I'm fighting Francis Ngannou first. That's what we've been working on. It's like a stalemate. Anybody brave enough to come in here and ask Jon Jones some questions? Why is everybody scared of Jon Jones, ladies and gentlemen? Hit the link. Still, nobody's going to come on, ladies and gentlemen. What does the sign say in the background? Is there a sign in the background? Anyways, we got the hand of truth right here, ladies and gentlemen. The hand of truth right here, ladies and gentlemen. The hand of truth will set you free, ladies and gentlemen. I, Jon Jones, have not retired from fighting. I have only retired from the UFC. I'm going to be fighting Francis Ngannou, AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you be there. Who's coming on? Nobody's coming on. I don't see any sign in the background. Where's there a sign in the background? Hit the link and come on the show. See what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? What else we got in the chat here? Simon Feck. How does a Tom Aspinall versus Jon Jones fight play out? I wheelhouse kick him. It's like a Stipe. It's about the same thing as Stipe. I just play around with him, have a nice, boring fight, bore everybody out of their skull. Just like any other UFC fight. Now, the thing is with Tom Aspinall, he comes out, he's nothing but a wild man. What you got to be able to do, you got to be able to avoid it. Avoid it. You're going to have to lock him up right away, that's for sure, ladies and gentlemen. That's how it plays out. It plays out with Jon Jones with a win. But the thing is the reason I'm not fighting Tom Aspinall is because Tom Aspinall friended the MMA Guru. Have you seen the videos that the MMA Guru did on me? Jon Jones, the greatest MMA fighter of all time. The GOAT, ladies and gentlemen, right here. Look at me. I even have a figurine, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have a figurine. We got Dana White right here, and I'm standing on the money machine right here, ladies and gentlemen. Because I'm putting my own fights together. Like Jake Paul, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. I'm hitting the light like Simon Feck, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody wants to come on, huh? Did you train for Stipe with the Barbie dolls? Let me tell you something right here. You got exactly. You take the Barbie dolls and you work every scenario out. You could see it. Like here, like the Sewer King, right? The twink, Mr. Jose Youngs from MMA Fighting on SBN, whatever that means. And then you take Bryce Sucks Eggs Mitchell right here, right? And right away, you could tell that Bryce Mitchell has a bigger wingspan, ladies and gentlemen, bigger wingspan than the stupid twink Jose Youngs from MMA Fighting on SBN, or the Sewer King. He's also known as the Sewer King, ladies and gentlemen. And when you work out these fights with the Barbie dolls, ladies and gentlemen, you can take a step back and see what's going to happen here. Like this, right here. Bam! Down goes the Sewer King, ladies and gentlemen. Bryce Sucks Eggs Mitchell. Look at that. Bryce Sucks Eggs Mitchell just broke his arm, ladies and gentlemen. Now listen to me, people. Listen to me. In my fighting organization, we're only going to have big people. We're not going to have little tiny people. You know, like Henry Cejudo. We're going to have, like, people who really fight. Like, who's Henry Cejudo going to beat up, like, in a bar? Henry Cejudo has to go to a little elementary school to beat people up. Weight classes are a waste of my time, ladies and gentlemen. You got to get people like Big Ben Rothwell, ladies and gentlemen. Big Ben Rothwell. See, he comes on set and knocks everything down, ladies and gentlemen. The MMA Guru sucks balls, ladies and gentlemen. And the Fight Fairy doesn't suck balls. You hear what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Jon Jones and I haven't retired. I just retired from the UFC, that's all. You watch. Simon Feck knows a lot. Simon Feck, you can look back at the videos 2 weeks before Jon Jones is bringing up Francis Ngannou. Simon Feck has a video out on it. Well, I'm actually Jon Jones, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody's going to come on, huh? What you got here? Can you do a backflip? Man, did you just see Jon Jones? My figurine? Just did a backflip. It's crazy, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. We got the stupid Sewer King, Mr. Twink himself, Bryce Sucks Eggs Mitchell. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can do a backflip, ladies and gentlemen, with the hand of truth, ladies and gentlemen. We got Big Ben Rothwell. Big Ben Rothwell's actually a cool dude, you know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, let's see if we can do a backflip here, ladies. Did you see that? Did you see that? A forward backflip, if that makes any kind of sense to you, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen it here first. I'm Jon Jones, freshly retired from the UFC, ladies and gentlemen. Dana White wants me to fight a big fucking pussy. That big pussy, Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall doesn't want to fight anybody. That's why he knocks him out in 15 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Why don't you put on a fight, Tom Aspinall? Tom Aspinall, you're 1-1 with Curtis Blades. Listen to me. You're 1-1 with Curtis Blades. You don't deserve me. Because I'm Jon Jones. I'm the GOAT. And I sniff people's hair. Guys, matter of fact, I take guys, I get on the back of their motorcycle and I grab the back of their head and I sniff their hair. I sniff it. And people like MMA Guru asking me what I'm doing. Hey, what's he doing? What's he doing? I'm sniffing a guy's hair. That's what I'm doing. I mean, doesn't everybody sniff the back of guys' heads? Ladies and gentlemen, the MMA Guru's cousin is Mick Parkin. Have you seen the videos that the MMA Guru put out of me? And then Tom Aspinall has to go and friend the MMA Guru. Tom Aspinall is the worst man on the planet about making money decisions. Right before he gets ready to fight me, he's got to friend the MMA Guru. What else we got here? What the hell is this? This is Jon Jones here. Freshly retired from the UFC. That's what the hell this is, ladies and gentlemen. Why don't you, who are you? David Durham. David Durham, hit the link. Hit the link. You see the link up there. Hit the link. Come on. Come on the show. How about that? What is this? This is Jon Jones' retirement press conference, ladies and gentlemen. You see what I'm saying? Look at this. Look at this. Now, my Jon Jones, this is my Jon Jones retirement figurine. It's 7 easy payments at $13.92. 7 easy payments, ladies and gentlemen. What do you mean, what is this? This is Jon Jones here announcing that I have retired from the UFC, but I have not retired from fighting yet. I still got 4 good years in me, ladies and gentlemen. My first fight's going to be Francis Ngannou, AT&T Stadium, Dallas, Texas. Mark my words, ladies and gentlemen. Dana White's going to be rolling over in his grave, ladies and gentlemen. I know he's not dead yet, but he soon will be. After he gets a hold of my fighting federation. You don't need to pay all these other stupid Apex cards and everything. All these other fights that bogged the company down. You just need the big ones. Like Jake Paul. Big fights. Forget all these small fights. You have all that extra overhead. And why don't you add like 6 more TV shows for the UFC there, Dana White? He's adding another Dana White Contender Series or whatever. He's adding another TV show. Do you know that they pay to have the TV show on cable? They pay for it to be on. They're not making money. Jon Jones is going to do about 6 fights in 4 years, ladies and gentlemen. All super fights. Dana White is crying his eyes out right now. If he would have only done the Francis Ngannou fight, the Tom Aspinall fight was promised after the Francis Ngannou fight. He didn't believe that I would do the Francis and then the Tom Aspinall. So we were at a stalemate, ladies and gentlemen. You heard that here on the Simon Feck Show. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Is anybody going to come on and ask Jon Jones some questions, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see. Anybody brave enough yet? There ain't nobody coming on. Just tell him what it is, bro. That's right, man. That's right. Basically what this is, my man. Basically what this is we go through this and hopefully we get 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 good little tiny clips. Okay? That's all I'm looking for. So I probably got about 2 good clips here. Hopefully something else will come about. But it doesn't seem like it's working very well because I want somebody to come on and ask Jon Jones some questions. Ladies and gentlemen, that's right. Hey, we do have Nina Drama here, ladies and gentlemen. Down goes Jon Jones, ladies and gentlemen. See what we got here. Let's see what we got. We got Nina Drama here, ladies and gentlemen. Did the thing freeze up? It's frozen, people.